So here we are, we've just shut down. And we've arrived at Levski. So let's go head into Levski to look for Miles Eckhart. Alright, now we're going to have Chris fly out, and we're going to show you something here in a bit, which is kind of fun, but also shows the other big thing that I think is really important with Star Citizen is we are absolutely a multiplayer game, so you and your friends can adventure around in a huge universe, and for me I think that's really important, especially when you try to have a big detailed world, otherwise it gets a bit lonely. So here you are. People's Alliance Levski, respect local authorities. Peace wins every time. So definitely aging space if he's here. So let's head through the airlock into... Well, you got to get in a lift now. We're going to go down. So here's an example of the item 2.0. So everything has an inner thought when you interact with it. So we just call the elevator. And something to note in the elevators that we have in both Levski, actually they're in Grant X2, is they're real elevators. So there's a whole elevator system that calls them. They move around in the physical space. Okay, let's go to the lobby. And so let's walk out. So here's the area, the lobby is basically these are lifts from the 4 landing areas you can come to. Welcome to Levski. So you can sort of see the feel, the character, the grounding that we want in the world and the universe. Here's a statue. Remember Anthony Tanaka, who was this kid that was killed by Messeran forces back in the Mess area, and he's a sort of symbol of defiance against the UE, and therefore it's quite, it's a statue they've had here to sort of symbolize their defiance against the UE. And if we look out the window here, so we can see, there you are, that's the Levski that we came in throughout, and in fact, look who's looking in at us. It's Chris. Oh, and look, we can zoom in, and look, there's, who's that? Glenn, you want to wave? There you go. So there's a lot of work that's gone into the tech to allow us to do this kind of detail at the same time, multiplayer, at this resolution, in and out. Anyway, it's difficult. So here in all our sort of landing locations throughout Stanton and the rest of the PU, so there would be somewhere like we would go there to get our ship repaired. The way that we're going to determine which area you would sort of respawn on, essentially, would be whenever you land at a landing location, you can go, so here's a residential area, and you can pay some money, some credits to, basically get your room like an easy hab on Port Olisar, and then when you sleep in the bed, that sort of says, okay, that's your checkpoint that you, so then if I was flying out in space and I got killed, I'd wake up in the hospital here in Levski as opposed to waking up in Port Olisar, and that's how you would sort of put your markers around as you go around. So let's call the elevator here. I think we did, right? Glenn, yeah? So this is an example. I know you guys probably said, oh, Chris is just saying that the elevators here move around properly, but no, they really do, and some of them are slow like real life elevators like this one. So we'll sit here and we'll go down. Chris is going to show off, but we're also going to take a look. If we look at Chris's view, as he's looking around, you can actually see the elevator moving, right? So there you are, you see the elevator moving? Everything here in Levski is it's the same as our ships. We build it, there's no cheating, there's no teleporting to different areas. It's all physically correct. Elevators physically move, so we'll get out here, the Grand Barter, and if we actually look at Chris's view, we can sort of see through his, so yeah, here we are again, and Chris is somewhere here. He's coming around, there you go. This is basically the elevator we came down, and there he is. So, and again, you can sort of see all the way in, and you can see the Grand Barter, and you can sort of see us, the player, right there, waving. Okay, so Glenn, let's turn around, because we're going to go down to the Grand Barter Bazaar, because that's where we're going to have to meet Miles. So head in, let's go down. All right, so here we go, into the Grand Barter Bazaar. So here we are in the Grand Barter Bazaar, and we look out. So, like all the landing locations that we're going to have in Star Citizen, and this will be true in 3.02, is that they'll be selling different things. So you'll come to, say, Levski to buy things you can't buy in other places, and go to ArtCorp for this, buy things you can get there that you can't get elsewhere. So here would be probably more counterculture stuff, kind of like slightly illegal mods to weapons, or stuff that you wouldn't normally get in sort of the authorized dealers, so this is the sort of bazaar market. Gordy's in there would be where we would go and get armor and that kind of stuff, and there were various different shops and stores around here, and this whole area.
You there? You are a person of good taste, I can tell.
So we'll keep going. We don't. So the proper subsumption isn't in here yet, but with that in, we'll see people moving around, doing things, coming and going, have a lot more life. But the idea is to make all the locations that you go, depending on what their sort of population would make sense, are alive, have people doing things,
tell your friends.
Carrying on their own little conversations, moving around. So you sort of feel like it's a living world, whether there's 50 other players there or there's just you. So let's just head up here. We're going to find Cafe Muzan, which is where Miles Eckhart is hanging out. Go, and there you go. Looks like there's Miles there in the corner.
Glad you can make it. Grab a seat.
All right.
Sorry for the locale. Don't look like much, but the homemade stuff has some kick. Anyway, a job came in late last night. Some idiot hauler cut through low-sec space, got his crew vented. Company needs to retrieve the ship's black box to claim insurance on the lost cargo. Should be a romper job. Get in, get out. And all my people are tied up with bigger ops. So I figured I could use this as a chance to make a new friend. I'll send the details. Let me know if you're interested.
So we can either accept or decline, but we're going to check the details first. So let's pull it up. There's the log. So the mission that we can take is the Dunda Sunbeam 4, which is a starfarer. It's attacked by outlaws yesterday. Crew and cargo presumed lost. Unfortunately, the pilot deviated from intended path into a monitor space and ill-conceived attempt to shave time off their route. That means Dunda Shipping needs the black box data retrieved from the wreck in order to be reimbursed by an insurance company for the lost cargo. So the deliverables, the black box data from the Dundon Sunbeam 4, and we'll be paid 3,000 credits for that. So sounds like a mission we should take, so let's do that. Let's accept.
Great. Here's the tracking address for the ship. Let me know once you have the black box data.
Okay, we have a new objective, retrieve the black box. So let's head back out to the landing area and meet Chris up, and let's go look for a black box. And yeah, we're kind of sort of speed running through Levski here, but there's a lot of other areas out here. There's a whole ventilation shaft system that goes in the back, and there's sort of catacombs and tunnels in Levski, and some of them won't be monitored, so you could perhaps get attacked. There's a hospital where you would wake up if you died in space. Like I said, there's conscientious objects over there with the various different things that you could buy. So there's a lot of different shops and things that you can do as you move around in Levski or the other landing areas. Alright, so let's just head up to the lobby and then there's Chris faithfully waiting for us outside. Head up to Hangar 3. Go, and as we're coming here, Chris is coming down to get us. A little quick. Oh, look at that landing. Brilliant.